Throughout the streets of Boston, some may say controversial, transformation is underway.
I think it'll make it safer.
Not a fan.
We're talking about bike lanes.
It sounds like there's a real bike lane boom in Boston.
Yeah, we're going to put about 10 miles of new bike lane in the city this year. So we're really trying to make it so that everybody is a short distance to a bike network that lets them get where they need to go, whether it's work or school or accessing public services.
Boston's chief of streets, Yasha Franklin Hodge, says in the next 3 years, 50% of Boston residents will have a 3-minute walk to a safe and protected bike lane.
We've really tried to focus on connecting the missing links because right now we've got some great lanes and some off-street paths, but people who ride often find themselves, on a comfortable spot and then they get to an intersection and there's nothing. And so we're trying to close those missing links in the network so that people can make a trip.
Two of the goals with these new bike lanes is to create not only a protected place for bikers, but a safe street for everyone.
We always try to build streets that are balanced, but what we find in that war between bikers and drivers, the best way to address that is to give people separate space to operate in so that there's a safe, protected bike facility.
With the creation of these new lanes comes construction and fewer driving lanes, but no less parking, according to Franklin Hodge, at least here on this South End street.
This bike lane on Tremont Street in the South End isn't quite finished, but already a smooth ride.
We added bike lanes and we kept the parking, and the parking actually serves as a separator to help keep the cars away from the cyclists.
Leaving some Bostonians smiling.
As long as it keeps the bikers from weaving in and out of driving traffic.
And others with a sense of skepticism.
The way the cars are parked in the middle of the road makes no sense. We think it's ridiculous.
When it comes to finding a spot, the city of Boston is working to find ways to reduce double parking and traffic by introducing Boston Delivers, an electric bike delivery pilot program.
Instead of a Lyft driver or a DoorDash driver coming in a SUV to bring somebody their chicken sandwich, you'll have a bike that shows up, it parks on the sidewalk, it's not double parking.
The program's starting off small, just in Boston's Allston neighborhood.
We've focused pretty heavily, specifically on the delivery aspect of things, to the point where we can easily do between 100 to 150 deliveries on a busy weekend day.
John Kim is the owner of Oli Toki, a restaurant and delivery hotspot cooking up Korean Mexican fusion food. Oli Toki is one of a handful of restaurants participating in Boston Delivers.
Once the e-bike's set up, we'll have another tablet through a platform called ChowNow.
Kim, a longtime Boston resident, understands how brutal traffic can be. If an electric delivery bike is the solution, he is all in.
I've lived here most of my life, and I've seen the exponential rise in traffic, which is annoying to me as well as everyone. So any efforts to, I think, cut down on that, especially as more and more people, it feels like, are moving to the city.
But e-bikes are not just for delivery drivers. At Boston E-Bikes in Brookline, they say e-bikes are the bikes of the future.
So a regular bike is you are your own motor. You pedal and you move forward. An electric bike would mean that you have a motor and a battery at the very smallest amount. And instead of you being the entire battery yourself, now you have an assist system. So now you and your battery are working together so that you can go places further and faster.
Katie Priest recently moved to Boston and is shopping for her first electric bike.
I just moved here from Chicago, pretty flat there, just looking for a quicker way to get to and from school rather than my regular bike.
There is a learning curve when it comes to shifting from a regular bike.
So is this your first e-bike?
Yes.
Okay, so there are a number of things we're going to want to cover. To start off, you power on the e-bike by holding down the center button.
But once you get the hang of it, hey, it's just like riding a bike. This family-run business is not only selling e-bikes, they're also converting road bikes into electric bikes.
You bring in a bike that you love, that you've had for 20 years, and you can convert it into an electrical bike so that you never have to stop biking. People are extremely, I would say, excited, but also just fascinated that they were able to continue biking and that they were able to get back out there after so many years.
And Boston Delivers has officially begun at Ole Toki. Owner John Kim says since the program is serving the immediate community, they plan to charge from $0 to $1 for the delivery fee. And everyone knows the blue bikes in Boston. Last year, there were nearly 4 million rides on them, and there's a plan to add e-bikes to the fleet within the next year. Still ahead, Shayna pedals on the public garden.